All right, we've got some earnings that we are watching. Cisco Systems plunging by about 9% after it came out and cut its full year revenue forecast. The company now says revenue for the full year will be at most $55 billion, a range of $53.8 to $55 billion. It had seen $57 to $58.2 billion. So it looks like that there is a read-through here in terms of spending on the part of its clients here. The company's forecast for the current period also coming in below estimates. As you can see here, last quarter they beat, but analysts and investors are obviously really focusing here on the outlook from the company.
Yeah, I mean, Cisco, listen, we focus on Cisco because it is still seen as an important barometer of tech spending. Obviously became a Silicon Valley giant, by selling hardware, the switches and routers, now very focused on software and services, so analytics and security and video conferencing. I think some key questions on the call are going to be, what is the second half of the company's fiscal year going to look like? It's just in terms of enterprise demand. I also think, you're going to have a lot of questions about, remember that big deal they did for Splunk? They announced that back, Julie, in September, $28 billion deal. Bulls liked it because they thought it could strengthen the company's footprint in security, but there were questions, of course, about execution and deal integration. Chuck Robbins here, the CEO, trying to set an optimistic tone in the release, talking about a solid start to fiscal 24, strongest Q1 results, he says, in our history on both revenue and profitability. But obviously, investors have questions here about the results and the outlook.
Yeah, and something else that Scott Haron, the CFO of the company, is saying here in the statement, he says after customers implement large amounts of recently shipped product, we expect to see product order growth rates accelerate in the second half of the year. So you said there's going to be questions about the second half of the year. Getting a little bit of hints of what we might hear from Cisco in that commentary. He also says we are committed to delivering operating leverage and increasing capital returns to our shareholders. But at least the first blush reaction here on the part of investors is not reassured by that commentary on looking a little bit further ahead.